Welcome to Zvia Weight Loss MedSpa. You know the feeling. You're eating well, you're exercising, you're doing everything right to get your sleep on track, but it just feels like your body isn't keeping up, right? You get those afternoon crashes, that brain fog. Recovery that used to take a day, well, now it takes 3.
And here's what's so important to understand. It's not a lack of willpower. It's cellular. Today we are going to talk about NAD+. That's NAD+. It's short for nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. It's a critical coenzyme found in every single one of your cells, and it's powering exactly what you're experiencing. Okay, so let's really dive into this. When we say NAD+ is a coenzyme, think of it as a fundamental biological resource. It's not just a supplement, it's literally the currency your cells use to power the most essential processes that keep you alive, thriving, and feeling your best. So what's really happening when we feel that decline? We're looking at the cellular cause of aging, and it's directly tied to our NAD+ levels. This one molecule is involved in over 500 different enzymatic reactions. I mean, we're talking about everything from creating energy to repairing your DNA. But there's a problem.
The problem is, as we age, our NAD+ levels naturally decline. And we're not talking about a small drop here. By middle age, you may have lost half, a full 50% of your youthful NAD+ levels. That is a massive drop in a resource that's absolutely crucial for cellular function.
And this decline is really a two-part problem. First, our body's production line slows way down. An enzyme called NAMPT, that's NAMPT, which is essential for making new NAD+, well, its expression decreases. At the same time, another enzyme called CD38, becomes more active with age, and it just eats up NAD+ at a faster rate. So you're making it slower and you're losing it faster.
And the consequences of this decline? Well, they're exactly what so many of us feel. Your mitochondria, the little powerhouses in your cells, they get weaker, which means less energy. Your body's ability to repair its own DNA slows down, and key longevity proteins called sirtuins become less active. This isn't just feeling older. This is the biology of aging happening at the cellular level. Okay, so now that we understand the problem, let's talk about the solution. To really get it, you have to understand how your body produces and uses this vital resource. Because when we understand that mechanism, we can understand how to restore it effectively and safely.
You know what's really amazing is how efficient our bodies are designed to be. A massive 85% of our NAD+ is made through what's called the salvage pathway. You can think of this as your body's primary, high-efficiency recycling program for NAD. It's constantly trying to reuse and restore it. And once it's made, NAD+ essentially funds 3 critical jobs in the body. The first is longevity and metabolism. It activates special enzymes called sirtuins, like SIRT1 and SIRT3, that's SIRT, which regulate our genes and keep our mitochondria healthy. The second is DNA repair, and the third, of course, is cellular energy, where it's the key carrier for making ATP.
Right. And this slide is so important because it shows how your body prioritizes things when NAD+ levels get low. Think of it like a budget. The second job, DNA repair, is managed by an enzyme called PARP1, PARP1. Look at its Km value, it's very low. That means it doesn't need much NAD+ to get to work. It's a high-priority, survival-first function. But the sirtuins, for longevity, they have a much higher Km. They need a lot more NAD+. So when levels drop, your body has to make a choice. It funds the emergency DNA repair first, and the longevity pathways suffer. They're the first to get defunded.
So, what happens when we start to restore those levels? What can you actually expect to feel? Well, it's not like flipping a switch. It's more like a journey of cellular restoration, and it happens in some pretty distinct and predictable phases.
Okay, so the first phase, happening in weeks 1 to 2, we call the opening. This is where many people feel that first boost, often within 24 to 48 hours of their first injection. You'll notice improved energy, sharper mental clarity, and deeper, more restful sleep.
Exactly. Then, from weeks 3 to 8, you enter building momentum. That initial energy boost becomes sustained. It lasts all day, no more crash. Your cognitive clarity becomes really measurable, and you'll notice recovery from workouts gets way faster. Even your skin quality starts to improve.
And finally, from months 3 to 6 and beyond, you reach the crescendo. This is full cellular optimization. You feel more resilient to stress, skin elasticity improves, and at this point, most people transition to a maintenance protocol, maybe every 2 to 4 weeks.
But getting these kinds of results isn't about a generic one-size-fits-all plan.
How the NAD+ is delivered into your system is absolutely critical. And at Zvia, your provider helps determine which method is precisely tailored to your unique biology and your lifestyle.
So one of the main options is a subcutaneous injection. This gives you the highest bioavailability because it completely bypasses digestion and that first-pass metabolism in the liver. Absorption is fast, like 15 to 30 minutes.
And for those who prefer a needle-free option, there's buccal delivery. It's a thin little dissolving strip you place on your inner cheek, just like a breath strip. This also bypasses the GI tract, so you get moderate to high bioavailability, and it's incredibly convenient, especially for travel.
And this right here is what really separates the Zvia approach. We start with over 70 baseline lab tests to get a complete detailed picture of your biology. This means we can do precision dosing based on what your body actually needs, not some generic chart. And it's not a set-it-and-forget-it plan. Your provider is continuously monitoring your response, adjusting dosing, and even adding complementary protocols to make sure you get the absolute best results.
So if there's one thing to take away, it's this. NAD+ is not some niche anti-aging trend. It is fundamental cellular biology. Every single cell in your body needs it to function. And when those levels drop, you feel it everywhere, in your energy, your thinking, your recovery, and your resilience to stress.
So the real question isn't whether you should have more energy. It's, are you ready to restore what your body truly needs to function at its best?
At Zvia, we offer a precision restoration of this absolutely fundamental resource. To learn more or to schedule your consultation, you can visit us at zvia.com, that's zvia.com, or give us a call at 303-902-5353. And just remember, this content is for educational purposes. A full evaluation with your provider is essential to determine if this protocol is the right choice for you.